It's in there!
Helps it off for Charlie Austin.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Talking Rangers YouTube channel. Today we have got a very special one. To say we've got a special guest doesn't quite do it justice. I'm delighted to be joined by QPR's number 45. How are we doing, Charlie?
I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad.
Yeah, like I said, I don't wear 5, man. No, I don't think I've ever wore 5 in the
What's it like going to number 45 now? I'm guessing the 4 and 5s to add up to 9.
I know, yeah, they asked me if I wanted to wear number 15. I said, not a chance. No, not a chance. 44 and 5 is 9, isn't it? So that was the thinking process about it. So I just got for it.
Lyndon Dykes wouldn't budge then.
Halfway through the season, that's not my thing to ask people for their shirts. Do you know what I mean? Everyone feels comfortable. You can't start there.
Yeah.
I had my time in the number 9 shirt, loved it. Now I'm trying to create something in the 45.
Definitely. Right, let's kick it off. Let's get on to the questions that you guys have sent in. Thank you to all sending in the questions. Sadly, we can't answer them all, but we'll have a good go at getting through some of them. Let's kick it off right at the start. What was going through your mind when you were offered the chance to rejoin the club? That one's from Lucas Ross.
Can we get the deal done? That was about it. It was exciting to think the club still wanted me to come back and be a part of what they're trying to do, albeit the position in the football club wasn't great before I'd come. But I said, yeah, look, if West Brom would allow me to go and let's get the deal done. And I was keen. So I was delighted. It only took 48 hours to get done. It got come out in the press very quickly on the Friday, but honestly, it took 48 hours.
Oh.
Sorry, mate, breeze was coming. So like 48 hours it took, and it was brilliant. Like, I'm glad. So I was so excited to be back and get the deal done as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Did you ever think you'd come back to QPR? Did you think there was unfinished business, or did you think that sort of ship had sailed, or what was it?
I didn't have no business to finish at QPR. I've scored 48 goals in 87 games or so. I don't think there was any business for me to. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'd scored Patrick's in the Premier League. 18.
Yeah, don't we know it?
I mean, I didn't feel like I felt like that part of my career took me on to the next level where I need to go. But like I say, when the opportunity came up, I enjoyed my best time, I guess, in football at the Rangers. So when the opportunity came, I just jumped at the chance to go. A big thanks to Mark Warburton, because when I'd spoken to him, he just wanted to ask what my thought process was and how much I was wanting to come to the football club, and said to me, look, you're someone that we need, and listen, he's been great for me since I've come back.
Yeah, no, it's been great having you back, much to our delight, definitely. As you can tell by the fan reaction, it's been unbelievable, to be perfectly honest. What's been kind of your favourite moment since joining us back in January? That one's from Finwood.
Favourite moment? Scored my 50th goal.
Yeah.
I haven't really got a favourite moment, do you know what I mean? Because the 50th goal was massive. Obviously, fans are not here, so it's hard to say, like, pin it on one moment, because you say the Brentford game also scoring. Yeah. You feel like you need the fans there to buzz them out. So I think all of it, I can't actually pin it down to one of it. The whole process so far has all been fantastic, albeit the couple of games we have been beaten, that haven't been great.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking that we're not there to sort of welcome you back and sing that great chant that I'm sure you know that rings around the stadium, the Charlie Austin. But no, it's been great. This is a kind of one that's come to mind. Obviously, that Brentford winner was fantastic for us. But as a lot of questions came in on this, what was it you said to Thomas Frank at the end of that Brentford game?
No, we just had a little discussion about the game. That was all.
Yeah.
Disagreement as such, but. Happens in football, heat at the moment, and 20 minutes later, I see him in the corridor, and it was just under the carpet. It was just one of them things.
Yeah. Job done. Brentford, sign is sealed, victory done, and move on to the next one. Yeah. Lovely stuff. Who's the most underrated centre half you've come up against? Your career, that's from Ed Saunders.
Jack Stevens. Don't get enough credit for what he brings to the table. His ball playing centre half. It reads the game really well for me. Just don't get enough credit.
Right, okay. That's an interesting one. Yeah, very good. Yeah, he's someone that does have a lot of ability, but like you say, he's not really someone that gets the headlines. So no,
That's easy because it's easy to people to overlook because you can sign centre halves for 20 million, etc. So yeah, him for me definitely.
Very good, very good. What's been your best moment as a QPR player as a whole, not just on this spell? What's been kind of that moment where you look back on your QPR and think I'd love to relive that.
Wembley.
That one's from Harry Payne.
Wembley.
Yeah, I think that kind of picks itself, doesn't it?
I think the raw, we got battered on the day. Raw emotion, do you know what I mean, of what it was Bobby scoring and when you couldn't write the script, you really couldn't. 90,000 for all my family and stuff, family and friends were there. 40,000 QPR fans. What a way to win. I think the ending picture shows half the stadium red when the Derby fans leave.
Yeah.
And white. So, yeah, the Wembley picks itself, man.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's just the contrast of the two sides of the stadium. You got the Derby fans in tears at end and just complete ecstasy with those that flooding of the blue and white flags.
QPR media staff have got a photo of it from up high.
Oh, really?
Both sides. Yeah, it's a good graphic.
Yeah. Is that your favourite moment in your career? Do you think that's sort of the proper standout moment from your career in terms of?
I scored a hat-trick in the Premier League. I scored a brace in the Europa League. Do you know what I mean? That can't be.
Yeah.
That was a big moment in my career.
Yeah.
Going to give me the opportunity to go to the next level.
Yeah.
Best moment in my career. Not sure. I'd like to say I scored a hat-trick in the Premier League. Not many people say that.
That West Brom game. I was there. I remember it.
I'd have to say that, yeah.
Yeah, no. It's pretty much single-handedly won us that game, let's be honest. Vital 3 points. Who is the best QPR player you've played with from both spells?
Oh, Cranchar, the first spell.
Cranchar. What a player.
Yeah, man, he was a joke. First player, both feet, chop, both boom. He got a bit of unfair criticism for what Nico brought. He brought top, but for me, he was a joy to play with, joy to learn from, train day in, day out with. It was brilliant. And this year, Steph on your
It's quality.
He coming back and saying, Charlie effect. Me and Steph and the rest of the team. I mean, Steph brought the experience, but everyone else is bought into the way the manager wants us to play now, the attitude me and the winning mentality me and Steph bring and demand that we all seem to put on each other. Lads have bought into that, and I think that's the dual success. So I'd say Steph and Johansson, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point you're getting on there. This whole sort of this time since the January transfer window, QPR, as we've seen, you've been a big factor in that. QPR making a big resurgence in form. Like I said, the likes of yourself, Johansson, and maybe changing formation. What's kind of do you think has been kind of from you can see from your perspective on the training ground, the elements we don't see? What's kind of been some more of those factors that you kind of think that's kind of helped sort of bring that resurgence?
Just been brutally honest. Give my opinion after the Fulham game I watched. I'd give my opinion after one training session, one for what it is. The lads didn't work hard enough for each other. They're all individuals. And as we know in this game, if you don't work as a team, you get nothing out of it. And that was probably one of the reasons why QPR were in the position they was and only won 4 games. Now you look at what's going on in the team, everybody's working for each other, including the subs. Like, we're working as a team. I just wish the fans could see what for themselves, do you mean live, that how the progression is made from since say start of the season to where the team is now. It's like 2 different teams. It really is. I think in the form table, are we 3rd or something?
I think I saw a stat today actually. For top 4 tiers, QPR have got the highest points per game from January. It's only Man City, then QPR. So
that's what I mean. So listen, it speaks volumes. I think it speaks volumes for the football club. I think Les and Lee Hughes have got, and the manager got to take massive credit for the players they've brought in, and Andy Belke. Do you know what I mean? The lads they've brought in has certainly changed. Look, January window is not the best.
Yeah.
They brought in 4 players that are now basically going from centre half, 2 centre midfields and the centre forward. Do you know what I mean? And you bring them in at the start of the season. That's still hard to bed them all in, but now we're all fit and firing. We're all playing. So I think they've got to take massive credit.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the recruitment, like you say, the January window was phenomenal. That's definitely been a key factor. if you could bring, I know you touched upon Cranchar, but if you could bring one player from that QPR squad in your first spell to now, what do you think maybe someone had that bit of quality or that sort of element in their sort of skill set that would really complement this side? Who's one player you think that we could do it right now?
Richard Dunn.
Richard Dunn. What a man.
We wouldn't concede Richard Dunn and Jordan. Richard Dunn had the fear factor. He was unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal centre half, man. He was fast. He got going. He was tough to stop, mate. He didn't want to get in the way.
Yeah, I'm sure the momentum behind him when he gets going, he didn't stop.
Dunny would take control of the back four and stuff. Yeah, so I'd say Dunny.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't quite get kind of the credit he deserves in the QPR shirt, but no, it's good to hear that you sort of had a big influence in that first spell. He was definitely one of the first names on the team sheet. What's been sort of your best moment in the dressing room whilst at QPR? Is there any funny stories, anything that stands out and you think like, or that first crazy time where some of the players that we brought in that first spell, or something that you just think like, how did that even happen? Or
yeah, listen, I've come from Burnley and I'm sat in the changing room of Julio Cesar. Won a championship. Like, do you know what I mean? That's bonkers in itself. I think you have a look at the Wembley starting 11 and 10 of the lads have all played in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I think that whole season kind of coming in as a bit of an unknown. And I still say this now. Like, I think that's what the QPR fans took to me. Yeah, I scored goals and I've done well. That's easy to do. But because we had so many names that come through for the last, say, 2 years, I was coming in as a bit like an unknown. I'd scored goals in the Championship, but for Burnley and for Swindon in League One. So it was kind of easy for the QPR fans to take to me as a little bit of the underdog as such. And then I got back at the pecking order where I needed to be.
Yeah, maybe that was something that kind of, you've got those big names, like you say, Julio Cesar and what have you, but kind of, like you say, you kind of went under the radar a little bit. Maybe that allowed you to perform a bit more because there's a lot of pressure on those big names. And like you touched upon, maybe there wasn't quite the pressure on you and that kind of allows you to flourish. But going back to what was it like to have Julio Cesar? What was he like behind the scenes? Kind of, because I'm sure the ego must have been.
No, I didn't mind Julio. You know, I thought he was all right. I just learned one thing: never press him in training. Or you ask Matty Phillips this now. Matty Phillips on his first day, keen as mustard. He was playing like a 6v6, I think, outside. He racked the right back down, chased Julio. Julio just went to like spray out there and just Cruyff turn, chopped him, mate. He just oozed class, mate. He had the aura, Brazilian. He had the arrogance, but
yeah.
All fans say, oh, he's arrogant. All the top players have some kind of arrogance about them. That's one of the top players.
Yeah. Who were sort of some of those players, if you don't mind saying it, in that first spell that kind of hindered that dressing room? You know, people have said there's bad eggs and whatever. Was that someone? Because some people have said they didn't really see it as much. Obviously, there was a divide in the dressing room and what have you. But was there some people that you thought like very unprofessional and kind of hindered that? No.
I thought the lads were very good. To be fair, the ones that wasn't involved was moved and trained on pitch 3 and 4 out of the way, and the group that was here, we were separated from that, so there was no divide in the change room. Hence why we got promoted.
Yeah.
So I think that a lot was made out from the outside noise, and I think that's one thing that probably done QPR well that season was that we blocked that out, and almost there was everything going against QPR and what to say about how much money they were spending X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
It was. Listen, the dressing room was fine. That's why we got promoted. No good dressing room gets promoted.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. All right, let's touch upon the next one. Have you got any dressing room superstitions? That one's from Kieran McDonough. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, we'll go with it.
I still do now. I just I put my right shin pad, boot, everything on first. That's it, mate. I've always done that, really.
Yeah.
I don't really want for, other than that, not really. That is what it is. If I listen to a certain song and music and that before the game, then I'll have a good game. Like I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
Stuff. But you imagine listening to Don Ball's music, it's crap.
So is he the DJ in the dressing room then?
DJ, but the Ilias chair's the worst, man. Rubbish. Rubbish. Bit like his dress sense.
Ooh, shots are fired. What would you put on if you were given the reins on Spotify or what have you? What would be your sort of go-to pre-match song?
Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Kasabian, Oasis. Listen, I'm quite open to all Drake. I'm quite open to it.
Just nothing from Don Ball.
I don't all this stuff's not too bad, but you need stuff that's going to get you in the zone.
Yeah.
Listen to Sweet Caroline after the game, after you win, not before.
Oh, spot on. Who's the funniest teammate at the club? That's Archie Payne. Who's sort of the prankster?
Lammers?
Yeah?
Lammers has got a bit about him, yeah. To be fair, the lads are quite quiet, and I know Lammers from when I was here my first spell. To see him now, completely different character. Completely different character. He's like the heart and soul, I would say, of the lads, really.
Yeah, he's definitely a character. Well, you touched upon it. Who's got the worst dress sense in the team? Now, Albert Adoma chucked you under the bus in the last one for your red tracksuit. That's from Joe Rogan. Who are you going for?
The lads love a label, man. Semi Dieng loves a label. Comes in with a white plain T-shirt, big badge on the front. I won't name the badge, but it's an awful T-shirt. He's only got it because it says it on the front. Also hoodie, like. Semi. A few of the boys got rascal gear. I won't name names. Find out on a night out what their gear's like.
Very good. If you had to make a five-a-side team of players from both spells, who would you have in it? That one's for, oh no. Yeah, who would you go for in your five-a-side team? Who are you going for in net?
Hard because they're like two different teams.
Yeah, who's the sort of the standout individuals that make a proper good five-side team?
Crenshaw.
So if we go you up top, Cranshaw behind, who do you have sort of else in sort of middle of the pitch?
I don't know. Who do you have in there? Joe?
Yeah.
Be in there.
Yeah.
I would have.
He'd destroy people on that five-side pitch.
I would have. Brian Murphy in goal.
Yeah.
No, Joe Lumley in goal.
Joe Lumley, yeah.
Joe Lumley in goal. So I'd have Lummers in goal. I'd have Nadem at centre half.
Yeah. Good shout.
Then I would have Junior, Joey, Nico, and myself.
That is a side that I would not want to come up against. That fierce goals and experience in there as well. Solid. What's been your favourite QPR kit since your time at the club? That one's from Laura Loose Piece. Pierce. The first one. The Lotto. Okay.
Lotto, that was the best kit.
What do you make of this year's strip?
I don't mind it. It's all right. Not too bad. Blue and white. What you want? I remember being there and everyone moaning at the stripes. But when we got promoted to the Premier,
yeah, the thin Nike stripe. Yeah,
everyone was moaning about that. But no, the first one, the black and red one, was good. I like that.
Yeah. No, yeah. To be fair, the Lotto kits were pretty good. The Lotto kits were class. How much does the club differ from your first spell at the club to now? What sort of the change in sort of the culture in the dressing room? What kind of distinct changes do you think, like when you came into dressing room, you're like, oh, that's different from the last time I was here? Or what's kind of do you think has really stood out as a change?
Training ground smaller. It's not obviously, but when I first come from there, my first offer was big and everything. Then I come this time, I was like, training ground small. It was smaller.
Yeah, coming back from West Brom and Southampton.
Yeah. The players, do you know what I mean? Not like that, but the club was going in a different direction than what it is now. Do you know what I mean? The club been relegated from the Premier League, trying to get back up to the Premier League, relegated to the Premier League. So the club's going to, I feel like the club have had their bedding in period now for the last 4 or 5 years to get everything straight, and now trying to get on.
Yeah.
An exciting time to follow QPR, I think, for the next 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's in store. Definitely. Yeah, hopefully we can kick on again. You know, we've seen that we're capable of putting a run together like this, and hopefully we can keep it going for the rest of next season and build and then go strong next season. Let's just hope you're part of it next year. What's your plan sort of after football? Pundit, commentator, coach? I mean, you're doing well with your Studs Up podcast. What are you thinking for when you? I know you're only young. It's not anytime soon, but
mate, if you can see my media schedule, you'd be going mad. You'd be going mad. So you wouldn't know whether I was a footballer or what I was doing. No, I don't know. I enjoy the media. I like doing the radio and the talk sport. I like my podcast Studs Up with Odds Checker. I do enjoy that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've thought about being a coach. I thought about being a manager. So I'm unsure. I haven't got any of my badges or nothing like that. I have thought about doing it. Yeah. I think I might do it next year or something like that. But I'm not too sure. The media seems to be a bit where I'm pointing towards at this precise moment. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we've seen your talk sport. Very good. Like I say, thank you for fitting me in in that busy schedule.
I fitted you in, pal. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah, priorities. Right, we're coming towards the end now. Okay, so these questions that I've asked, these are probably about 3% of the questions. Now, 97% of the other questions, I'm guessing you can probably guess what they were about. I'm not going to stick it right on you, but I know it's early to call. I know there's loads of circumstances. Everyone just wants maybe a little hint. Could you see yourself maybe at QPR next season, possibly, if it was right?
If there is, at the moment I'm here to play games and score goals. And listen, there's no point getting away from the fact what I was brought in to do.
Yeah.
I've had a mould and I've got a module going forward of what they want to do and what they've done for a few years. Yeah. I was brought in to score goals, but bring my experience to the same as what Stefan has. Yeah. Nobody could have seen the effect that we have done for the football club and for the player, like, do you know what I mean, for the fans and the players and the stuff. Yeah, I get coming back brings that positivity. Do you know what I mean? That energy in, but to bring in, but no one knew he was going to win 8 games out of 13. Do you know what I mean? And with remainder games going, so he's all positive at the moment. Who knows what's going to happen at the end of the season?
Yeah,
it's whether the club want to go in that direction or want to stay in the similar one there. I was in at the start of the season. So my honest opinion too, Charlie, is if the deal's there, great, and then I'll speak to the football club. But it all depends on what direction the football club wants to go in.
Yeah, no, I'm not asking for a direct answer, but as long as we know there's a little bit of interest from yourself, then we'll take that as a good one. We'll go for the last one. Would you let me, Talking Rangers, pick the celebration for your next goal? That's from George Golden.
No. No.
You don't fancy a little robot or something?
No. No, because just didn't know when you're gonna. And it's gonna be like I know you actually wouldn't expect that answer. I know you wouldn't, but no, because you don't know what it's going to be. It might be the first minute, then you ask me to do some mad robot rubbish. Then we end up getting beat 3 or 4-1. Then I'll look at all. Or we score in the last minute winner. I'll just celebrate with the lads. So it's something that you can't do. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter where you play. Scoring a goal, that feeling you can't replicate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get caught up in emotion. You might tell some mad, silly cartwheel or some rubbish. And,
I'm sure you can bust out a good little robot, you know.
I'll stick to the old-fashioned one arm in the air, pal.
It was worth a try. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Charlie. Massively appreciate. We know you've got a busy media schedule, and best of luck on Saturday. Hope to see you put it back on the score sheet again. And
cheers, my man. Thank you very much. All right, you keep yourself busy, all right, and hopefully we'll cross paths again soon.
Yeah, have you got a final message for the QPR fans tuning in?
Yeah, listen, keep getting behind us. I know you can't be in the stands and stuff, which is frustrating for everybody. But what you're giving the lads, the energy you are on the social media stuff has been fantastic. I really do enjoy that. And I think all the lads do. We've got something special going at the moment. Keep believing in the manager. Keep believing in Les and Lee Hughes, and who knows where the football club will go the end of the season, next year, the year after. But it's positive signs for QPR at the moment. And look, we can't wait for you all to be back very soon.
Lovely. Well, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Cheers, Charlie. Spot on.